Hello, Virgo. This is Jenny. Welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to share this reading with you. Today, we're diving into a general love reading. So, as always, take what resonates and gently leave the rest behind. Now, let's tune in and see what the cards are ready to reveal for us today. Okay. Someone who is silent. Someone who is silent when it comes to forgiveness. This is someone who is on a journey of soul purpose and growth, which is why they can't stand in their purpose. This energy is coming out as a runner, someone who runs from their problems instead of solving them, which is why something has become a long journey. There's someone who wants to send you some type of message. This is connected to pain, forgiveness, the history, as well as the distance. But this is someone who is still hiding something when it comes to their emotions and their pain. I feel this is someone who wants to tell you that something is amiss in their understanding, or you're just not seeing something the right way. But I feel many of you have a good feeling. Many of you have a good feeling about something being toxic. For many of you, this energy is someone you have yet to truly understand, as it seems it's been really hard to even recognize their soul lately. Many of you have had to say your goodbyes, even though there is no closure, especially when it comes to something that you thought would last. Your energy is coming out strong here. You're in a space of discovery, while this energy is in a space of obsession. This is someone who still obsesses about you in some way, even though they don't have the tools to give you what you need. This is someone who reflects on you as if they never brought you pain. Well, this is due to their lack of growth, denial, the fact that they're always repeating cycles. This is someone who's in denial about their cycles of being unawakened, toxic, creating misunderstandings or pain. Through being a toxic connection, many of you had to let this go. Many of you had to let go of someone who was unawakened, yet aware that they're toxic. Yet this is due to their denial. They're refusing to come out of this space of confusion, but I feel they're doing that intentionally. This is someone who is intentionally attached to karmic energies, false environments. They're stuck. Someone's stuck in their ego. Someone is stuck and attached to ego and lies. This is why they have yet to have a spiritual awakening, even though they know they're missing out. They know they miss you. This energy enjoys the runner-chaser dynamic here. Someone likes the chase, and even though they miss you, they're not coming your way. That's because things are one-sided. Things are one-sided when it comes to this energy. And even though they know deep down they've hurt you, they have still made no effort to make things right with you. I feel there's unconditional love when it comes to this connection. Not because of them, but because of you. Wow. But I feel this is someone who is just stuck to the drama of free will, someone who's connected to their drama because they're too afraid to be themselves, apologize, be vulnerable. Someone is too afraid of commitment, being intimate, vulnerable. Yet I feel their distance and their denial is the very reason the pain that they're feeling is lasting longer than they thought it would. This is someone who has cycles of pain, whether that's attached to you or other things of the past. But there's a lot of unhealed energy where someone is still on a journey of self. This is someone who needs forgiveness, but they also need to forgive themselves for who they have become. Because you're dealing with more than a runner. You're dealing with someone who is false and fake, and they know it. This is someone who knows that they are false, in denial about a truth, in denial about forgiveness. This energy is silent and at a distance. Even when they're wanting to reach out, send some type of message, this energy is still silent and still not speaking a truth. Wow. For many of you, this is someone who is just not speaking a truth because the truth just ain't in them. They're too reckless and immature to give you what they know is long overdue. They're silent, even though they know they should be apologizing to you. Let's get some more energy here. Holy Spirit, what are the messages? What are the messages here for the conflict energies? Whoa. Exhaustion. When it comes to a journey where their lack of growth is really what's weighing them down, this is someone who is very curious, yet this energy is still elusive, not wanting to be judged. This energy has exhausted all challenges, all second chances because of the distance. And because of the distance, there's no clarity, there's no honesty, there's no truth. Someone's been at a distance for too long, trying to distract you in the hopes of you losing the details of the information. But for many of you, you're very clear on what you know, and even the things you want to forget. I feel this is someone who needs to bring in a sense of clarity. They're curious. They know they need to bring in some type of confession. They know they need to unveil some things to you, but this is someone who still pretends. This is someone who's calling your bluff, thinking you're going to reach out. Wow. To resolve something when it comes to clarity in family, this is someone who knows that you're about your business and they're just waiting for you to clean this up. Yeah, since things are still a mess because this is not your job to clean. I feel there's conflict because someone is still pretending not to understand how far they took. Things when it comes to family or some type of clarity or confession, this energy is playing games with life and also playing games with you. This is someone who wants you to believe something is a misunderstanding. They're hoping to do so just so you can be sidetracked. Someone wants you to be sidetracked within a situation, but I feel instead this is someone who is sidetracked by influences. I feel there's a lot of conflict when it comes to choices, decisions, delays, changes. I definitely feel this is someone who is exhausted from their own mistakes, their own journey, but they're too attached. And for some of you, they're in too deep as it seems. This energy is still confused on who to trust. I feel this energy is still connected to dark influences, and I feel like they're still trying to fit in. This is why there is no resolution, confession, and there's still tension. For many of you, there is still tension, turbulence, stress, things that you would like to avoid. And this is why there is barriers and distance. I feel this was a needed time for space for many of you to clear your head, see things clearly. When it comes to someone who is giving you no clarity, I feel the distance, the tension, it changed the chemistry. Yet the fact that this energy is trying to pretend or even call your bluff, they're going to make something final. As I sense them believing that life is a game, they're about to lose, and they're about to lose big, because I feel the connection with you isn't the only thing they have lost, because now that things are frozen and things are still, there's no words. Many of you have walked away and released something. And now they're just stuck with the memories. I feel like this energy is somewhat bitter. Bitter at the fact that you just didn't take it. You just didn't stick around and put up with their mess. And since they're too self-absorbed to even realize you're the only reason things were kept together. But the fact that they live in a false reality is the reason why this information is lost to them. As I said before, you guys, this is someone who thought they had the upper hand in the situation. They thought they had the upper hand, so they didn't put a lot of effort into a situation that is now lacking when it comes to chemistry. But I also feel this energy is open wide when it comes to the distance and judgment, because whether they want to admit it or not, things are so much different without you. This is someone who wants you to believe that everything is all good when it comes to their finances, their mental space, and even relationships, when in fact they're lost and overwhelmed from speaking too many lies when they should have just spoken the truth. This is someone who got too lost in these influences. They cared too much about what others thought of them. So they gave you no effort, thinking that you would always stick around even when they were up to no good. As I sense, this is someone who does things from a very petty or emotional space. All the while in the hopes that they can bring you down to their level. As I sense, they have let their selfish ways get the best of them. So this energy could be acting difficult. Still giving in to their impulsive ways. Self-gratification. Wow. This is someone who is still elusive in every way. Elusive when it comes to cycles, separation, growth, judgment, pain. This is why they're not reaching out, confessing their pain, or even asking for forgiveness. Someone is silent because they're still on a journey, still trying to deal with their denial, or the fact that they're a false twin flame, because trust me, they're not the person they should be. And as long as they're broken, you will never be able to fill their cup. Let's get some final energy here from my snack on spirit messages here. This is someone who is in despair, yet they're still roaming wild. This energy is coming out as a risk taker, someone who is always thinking about the possibilities, always roaming, always moving. Yet I feel things are finally starting to catch up with them because there's a heavy sense of despair. This is a sinking feeling that something can't be undone. They can't run from something. This is someone who is always running from things, but this time it's different. They're going to have to deal with the consequences, karma, cause and effect of their destiny. But I feel the fact that they are lacking in awareness and depth, they still don't get it. Someone still doesn't get that this is serious. This is someone who is lacking in depth, loyalty, spiritual connections. And they're telling you that things are fine because they don't want to be rejected. They're irrational, dismissive, but still saying things they think that you want to hear just so. They can get closer, since you must be suspicious of their loyalty, their dedication, because from what I can see, it's still unclear. I feel like this is someone who is still unclear when it comes to self-harmony, karmic lessons, because they're still repeating cycles and creating differences and conflict through a lack of direction. As I see clashing when it comes to new beginnings, apologies, and harmony, because I see no peace. I see no peace within balance or friendships or even finances. And this is the very reason things are falling apart. and they're sitting in despair and even thinking about you. Because with you, things were never like this. Yet this energy is holding a sense of bitterness, anger. This is someone who is having some strong words for you, even though they know they are the ones who made this mess. They're just mad because you're not wanting to clean it up, and they're too prideful to even acknowledge they made this mess. This is someone who is hard to love because they're shallow, blank, superficial when it comes to promises, fidelity, commitment. This is someone who is shallow when it comes to even giving them second chances because they always end up ruining it. This is someone who always ends up screwing something up because they're so lost in this false reality or fantasy. I feel like someone's pride is really about to screw up their life, but I feel they won't really understand it or receive it until they realize they can no longer make it right. I feel like this is someone who is very selfish, always deflecting when it comes to their shortcomings as well as their pain. They're always holding back. I feel like this is someone who's holding back, but always holding on to something else. For many of you, this something else is you, as well as some other issues, problems that are still yet to be healed and resolved. And trust me, it's a lot of them, and there's a lot of consequences attached to it. For many of you, there's rejection here. Wow. Rejection being your protection, because this energy is definitely having to deal with a lot of karma. And whoever and whatever is attached will also be affected by their pain, as it seems they're holding on to you, but still wanting this attention from others. I feel you letting go or letting them be was the best decision you could have made, because they can set you free with the respect and closure you deserve. Yet this energy chose to stay petty just to prolong the pain, calling your bluff, pretending this isn't hurting them just as much. But this energy is so used to rejecting or hiding what they feel. This energy has found a way to be somewhat comfortable with pain. Let's get some energy here, Holy Spirit. Oh, separation. Someone is definitely wanting to communicate with you, but this energy is isolating themselves. This energy wants to communicate, but they're isolated and angry. This energy is angry about the separation. But I feel this energy is separated from you because they have no balance. They have no balance when it comes to their temperament or even commitments. I feel like they can't even get their words right when it comes to blaming, shaming. This energy is still not walking out of humility. They still think they're the shit. This is someone who is still numbing the pain, still not learning lessons when it comes to loyalty and unconditional love. This is someone who needs to take a real look at life. This is someone who needs to realize there's choices, this imbalance, their secrets, a lack of loyalty, the fact that they have not learned any lessons. This is the real true reason for their regrets. Yet I sense this energy will tell anyone who will listen, you are the reason for their pain. Yet this energy is truly in denial. This is someone who is in denial about everything. They know it and you know it. But this energy is still connected to these bad behaviors and causing their own nightmare. This is someone who caused their own nightmare by being this disrespectful energy. As I sense this energy is still sitting in a space where they're wishing they never put you in a position to heal on your own. Let's get some final energy here from this deck, Holy Spirit. Ooh, wow. The fact that you have found a new perspective when it comes to intuition and even loving a fool. Many of you have definitely learned valuable lessons about giving into those who don't deserve you. You know, this is someone who definitely misjudged a soulmate. This is someone who misjudged you because they were too prideful to admit what they knew was true. Someone knew they had a real connection with you, but they were too hesitant. This is someone who procrastinated when it comes to being sentimental, close, vulnerable. Giving a true apology, this energy didn't have the confidence or the strength to do so. So this energy never gave you any clarity, all because of their fears. Yet, as I said before, this energy is still holding on, yet still not surrendering when it comes to how they think or even how they believe, because they're too prideful to change. I feel like this is someone who has just gotten too comfortable with their mistakes and even their pain. And this is why many of you just can't get through to them. And many of you you're just tired of trying. Let's get some final energy here. Wow. You see the red flags, obviously. You see the fact that this energy is still in denial, still not learning lessons. When it comes to choices, regrets, revelations, and even commitment, as this energy is still on a journey, a long one at that. A long one, because this energy is still not seeing the truth about being a runner. Final messages here. This is someone who feels like they can take the easy way out, yet they're about to find out there's nowheres to go. Smooth talker energy. As I said before, someone feels like they can get themselves out of something, but I feel this won't be so easy to shake. I feel like this is someone who is up late nights still, not letting go of negativity, a negative mindset. Thinking they could just smooth their way through something. Someone who's still not taking something seriously. But I feel just like they fought to block their blessings. It'll take the same energy, if not more, to repair it as they find out a hard truth about people and places that they trusted in spite of you. For many of you, it has a lot to do with these late nights and this negativity that they're in denial about. Because someone chose not to fight for what they had with you. They ran out of fear. As I said before, you're dealing with a runner, someone who's still not learning lessons when it comes to pretending and still not making choices from the heart. This is why they couldn't fight for you. This is why they failed to fight for a soulmate. This is someone who knows a decision needs to be made. They're still doing things behind your back. These are bad habits that have control of them, because this energy has control of nothing, because they're still breaking all the rules. Someone feels like they can't be tamed. This is why they're emotionally detached, no longer there. And this is why many of you feel like it's so many mixed signals. I feel like things are off and things have drifted apart, all because of their bad habits and the chaos. But nothing's going away as easily as they thought it would, because they're still living a double life. This is someone who is still living a double life and still not acknowledging that they have a very dark side to them, still not acknowledging that they're still drawn to you. This is someone who is still energetically drawn to you, but they have yet to go through any type of transformation. This is someone who is still drawn to your energy, but this is someone who needs to walk into a space of healing and let go of the mask. This is someone who needs to reveal their true self, stop hiding behind secrets and lies, do what they know is right. Yet this denial is serious. It's come out in every deck, as it seems this energy is disconnected when it comes to commitment, wearing a mask, making or doing the right thing, or even toxic people, because this energy is still not connected, even though they know deep down something major is missing, which could be love, finances, or even a peace of mind. But I feel most of all what they're missing is you. Someone feels like they can fill this void with the late nights or just running from things, but this will never put an end to the pain. Someone will never be able to lay something to rest, because if they don't come out of this space of denial, they'll always be in a place of despair. Because when it all falls apart, there will be nowhere else to go, because this energy is still blindsiding you. Blindsiding you with these mixed signals, giving in, then taking back. This energy needs to make a decision. This energy needs to make a clear decision, or it's game over. Or it's game over, nothing left. And this is why they're big, mad, angry, isolated, still not giving into a truth. They're just blaming everyone else, even you. This is why something is hopeless. Wow. For many of you, this energy is angry. They see the truth about some faded connections, people who are no longer around. But these energies got them in a lot of trouble. But for many of you, they blindsided you because they got the wrong advice from the wrong people. And I feel this advice started some arguments, but for many of you, you already know the tea. For many of you, you already know you got some haters. You just never thought that they would take the bait, because now something is a thing of the past. Wow. Something is a thing of the past, and they are very unhappy. This is someone who is still drawn to you. As I said before, someone is still drawn to you energetically, but they got a cold heart, especially when it comes to affairs of the heart. They're anxious, frustrated, still not making the right choices because they're worried about an outcome. I feel like this is someone who is still drawn to you, but this energy is still not wanting to ask you for forgiveness, still not wanting to make something right. They feel like they can't come back. They're spinning the block. Someone feels like there is no second chance. They're trying to accept that, but they're still into you. This is someone who still thinks about you more than you would think. And in so many ways, they feel like they're going to have some liquid courage to come your way. Someone feels like you could have some harsh words for them, but for many of you, you don't. You're just not on the same page. They know it, and this is why they're needing some help to come your way, because they've been giving you the silent treatment for so long. So much has changed, all because they were trying to keep some secrets. Yeah, this is someone who definitely knows they screwed some things up, failed you, as well as themselves, because they're still stuck on you. They don't want to admit it. They don't even want to think about it. In fact, this is someone who's been trying to forget you as a whole, but they can't. Nothing else compares. They miss you. But this energy is so emotionally vacant, emotionally immature. They just don't know how to admit it without being toxic. But I feel this is someone who's going to have to hit rock bottom just to see it. It's going to be some shattered dreams, sacrifices, more losses. This energy is fading out. crying in silence, depressed, and not wanting to show it. This is someone who feels like they just can't burn away the past. But I feel without making the right choices and doing things of free will, these are things they will soon regret, because for many of you, it's already over. They just don't know it. I feel like this is someone who will soon regret the choices that they made. Having to have this liquid courage just to come your way when they know all they have to do is be real with you. Because in so many ways, many of you feel like this didn't have to end this way. Because for many of you, I believe you wish things didn't have to end so harshly or hurt so bad. Yet I sense, had it not been for the disrespect or the endless cycles of mistakes, lies, and abandonment, you would have never chosen to leave or walk away, because losing is just not what you do best, but saving self is. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Have a good, beautiful day. Bye.